Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and it's time to do a Bitcoin mining update. So of course we know that there's been a lot of different things going on with a lot of the mining moving out of China and into new markets. The United States has gotten involved, Russia has gotten involved, as well as many other countries. And many countries see this as an opportunity for them to capture a huge market. A lot of the miners now in China searching for different jobs, a lot of them fleeing to various countries where these jobs are located. And we're going to do a little bit of an update today on Bitcoin mining and why the United States is becoming the world's dominant place for mining, and why exactly that is. We're going to get into a recent article and talk about that. And they've actually been, the United States that is, gearing up for this all the way, since 2017 when Bitcoin crashed down. They saw that as an opportunity to kind of prepare for this, and here we are 4 years later, and they're situated nicely now, and a lot of the mining moving to places like Florida and Texas here in the United States. Florida has always been very pro-crypto, especially down in Miami. The mayor down there, his name is escaping me, but he's very pro-crypto. Greg Abbott in Texas, the governor there, very, very pro-crypto. And so those are two of the places where a lot of the mining will be taking place in the United States. If it's your first time stopping by, welcome in. Hopefully you get some value. If you do or already have, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. So let's hop into this article. And oh yeah, if you're a returner, welcome back. Appreciate that as well. The United States is the second biggest mining destination on the planet right now. So China's still number one, but that gap is dwindling when it comes to Bitcoin mining, accounting for nearly, this is the US here, 17% of all the world's Bitcoin miners. And it says prior to Beijing's sudden crackdown, China's mining dominance had already began to slip. And we're going to get into some of the details related to that. So it says here, the United States has fast become the new darling of the Bitcoin mining world. It is the second biggest mining destination on the planet. Again, that 17% number. And this is as of April 2021. What's interesting though is we're projected to see that number, that 17%, grow quite a bit by 2022. We're going to get into that here in just a second. But just the increase that we've seen already in the past year, that's a 151% increase from September 2020 for the United States when it comes to Bitcoin mining. And according to the newly released Cambridge data, just before the Chinese mining ban began, the country accounted for 46% of the world's total hash rate, an industry term used to describe the collective computing power, that's the hash rate of the Bitcoin network. That's a sharp decline from that 75% number in 2019 in September. So here's a big stat here for you too. 500,000 or 500,000 formerly Chinese miner rigs are looking for homes in the United States, said Marathons Digital's Fred Thiel. If they are deployed, it would mean North America would have closer to 40% of the global hash rate. Again, hash rate is that computing power of the Bitcoin network, which is essentially how much mining is going on. Then they'd have 40% of the global hash rate by the end of 2022. So when Bitcoin crashed in late 2017, and this is reiterating something and adding another layer on to the top of the video when we talked about how the United States has kind of been gearing up and getting ready for this moment. So when Bitcoin crashed in late 2017 and the wider market entered a multi-year crypto winter, or a long period of time where crypto is down, right, crypto winter, it could last years, and it did here before it came back. There wasn't much demand for Bitcoin farms, but the U.S. mining operators saw their opening. They saw this as an opportunity, right? When everybody goes left, you go right. I'm sure you heard of that saying before, and they saw an opportunity here and opened and jumped at the chance to deploy cheap money to build up the mining ecosystem in the United States. This is a really good example too, like when the market is way down. A lot of big buyers see it as an opportunity because they're getting these assets really cheap when everybody else is perhaps uncertain and they're not spending the money because the assets are down. But this was a similar instance where the United States hopped in and got a ton of mining equipment, and they got ready for this day. And here we are when China came for the crackdown. And the United States isn't the only country going to benefit. And we talked about this in the recent video that I put out a couple weeks ago when we touched on Bitcoin mining. And this is really, I think, a good thing for Bitcoin and crypto altogether, because it allows many more populations to learn more about what crypto is and Bitcoin mining, right? Maybe they see a Bitcoin mining facility and they say, oh, what is that, right? just that alone, that spark of curiosity that could add to the crypto market, and then obviously jobs. This is going to bring different jobs to a lot of different countries. There are a lot of countries in the Caribbean, in Latin America that have said, they are very pro crypto, very open to mining. We saw El Salvador make Bitcoin a legal tender, which essentially means that that is now an option of payment. They use the U.S. dollar there in El Salvador, so now you have the option, no matter where you are, to pay with USD or to pay with Bitcoin. And I think some of these smaller countries where the GDPs are lower, this is a great opportunity for them to peek into the window of crypto and see that as an opportunity for their economy. So I think Bitcoin mining helps with that. Love to get your thoughts down below too. We're not done yet. We're going to pop into another article here, and this kind of gives us a look of the distribution of Bitcoin mining hash rate. Now, this is going back to April 2020 by country, and this just kind of shows you, excuse me, where we were in 2020 and how things have changed drastically here in 2021, just about a year later, right? A year and a couple months. So going back to, and this is some great data here by Statista. I've used them for a long time. They run some great statistical models here all the time. They do a great job, so shout out to them. Distribution of Bitcoin mining hash rate as of April 2020 by country. Here we go. China is 65%, again, as of April 2020. United States was 7%. Well, they're already now 17%. So they've already jumped more than double in just over a year's time. And again, that number is set to perhaps increase to 40%, which would arguably make the United States number one, because China's hash rate is decreasing while the United States and other places like Kazakhstan is another country I didn't mention there right at the top, Malaysia, Iran, Russia, Canada, all of these countries getting involved in Bitcoin mining. And these aren't all of the countries either. These are just the top in April 2020. Here's Venezuela, a country there in Latin America that I talked about. Actually, no, Venezuela is South America. I don't know. We're going to have to do our geography homework on that one. Don't quote me on that one. All right, so let's see here. Let's take a look at the current price here, too, before we get out of this video. And if you get some value, give it a thumbs up. Would appreciate that. Bitcoin right now at 30,000 and dropping. How about that? Down 3% today, the entire market down. A lot of people think this could go back down to 28,000, where it was, what was that, back on June 22nd, was it? Let's see. Yeah, June 22nd. Where it dropped back down to 28K. Could it drop past 28K? I don't personally think so. Some people say 25K is the basement. We'll have to see. There seems to be a lot of institutional support at 28K, and what we mean by that is big money, right? Institutional money is big money. It's not retail money. It's not money like you and I have. It's different, right? Institutional money comes in. They tend to come in at this 30,000, 29,000, 28,000 levels. So we'll have to see what happens there. But again, great buying opportunity for Bitcoin, enthusiasts out there, as well as, heck, even Ethereum and a lot of the other altcoins. Really, you're getting a big discount, and we'll continue to talk about that. And one last thing, too. I did a video on Bitcoin earlier, actually, so 2 videos on Bitcoin today. Go check it out. It's the B Word event, and it's right here on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out. You can see the B Word up in the top right-hand corner if you haven't checked that out. Big event coming up on July 21st. I'll leave it at that. Go check out that video if you haven't already. If you already know about it, then that's good. So, all right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.